This is my $14,000 Yeti SB160 Team Edition. One of the most over-the-top mountain bikes I've ever owned. But somehow, it still isn't perfect, and I want to make this already insane Yeti even more ridiculous. Okay, so last video when I rode this bike, I noticed that there were some areas for improvement. This is the replica Team Edition that the Yeti Enduro team races on, but I'm not a pro racer and I'm not sponsored like they are, so I'm not restricted on what parts I have to run. So I think I can make this bike even better. So let's start with the front end. I had big plans for this week, a full carbon upgrade test part by part, but somehow the order fell through and I had to rethink this whole video. So instead, we're doing a proper Yeti upgrade, simple but still epic. So I went on a mission to find parts locally, and even here in Bentonville, with bike shops everywhere, all 7 shops I went to had nothing. One shop owner even told me I'm SOL. Fortunately, I found this cool deity stem at a specialized dealer, so all my driving around wasn't for nothing. But I'm not really sure how I feel about that experience trying to support my local bike shops. I still really wanted some carbon upgrades. I'm a big time enjoyer of carbon bars and rims. So luckily, I already had these 1UP carbon bars on hand, my absolute favorite for comfort and compliance. I'm also pairing them with my favorite grips, the Ergon GE1 Factory, and seeing these installed, the oil slick clamps really fit this build perfectly. In that order that didn't go through, I also had the special Shimano tool. If you recall, the bottom bracket is XTR with smaller cups, and I didn't have the tool for it. Well, I want to take this bike out for a proper test later, so I'm swapping in a regular Shimano bottom bracket. That way I can torque it down and not risk damaging the frame. But no worries, the tool will be here before the giveaway is over, so I'll definitely reinstall the XTR bottom bracket before this bike goes to its new home. And last, the only other part I found at the local bike shop here are these sick pedals, and I think they're gonna look perfect on this bike. Well, I am glad I took off these BergTech bars because this is heavy. I promise I'm not a weight weenie. So seeing the Yeti 40th anniversary XC bike, Yeti went real fancy with those parts. But this SB160, aluminum rim, alloy bars, we can do better. So now it's time for the big upgrade, the wheels. These are Spoke X carbon rims laced to Chris King hubs. I've been a big admirer of Chris King hubs for over 20 years, but this will be my first time owning a set. I even made sure to get the 20mm front axle to fit the Fox Podium, and these Spoke X carbon rims, also a first for me. And normally you can grab Spoke X carbon hoops laced to i9 hubs on sale for $11.99 through N+1 Bikes, but I paid a little bit extra for the Chris Kings because we're going all out on this build. The area I was most unsure about were the tires. The stock Maxxis double downs were fine, but there are so many better tire options out there. First, I installed a set of Pirelli Scorpions off camera, but they didn't quite look right. Then I mounted these Schwalbe Magic Mary and Albert radial tires, and they were the perfect fit. A little bit lighter, should be noticeably softer, and the radial construction lets the rubber flex a little bit more and bite into the trail. If you've tried these tires, drop a comment and let me know what you think about them. I wouldn't say that they're the end-all be-all, but I really like them. You just have to remember to run a little bit more tire pressure than you're used to, or you'll rim strike super easily. I originally wanted to race this bike at the local enduro in like a week or two, but honestly, I think it's just too risky to push a bike like this all day racing enduro. High speeds, rim strikes, broken parts. Is that what enduro racing is like? Do we have any enduro racers watching this video? I've never done one, but that's how I imagine it. I'd rather focus on building this Yeti exactly how I want, my favorite parts and perfectly tuned. So that way when the winner gets it, it's dialed and ready to ride. I will say I'm a racer at heart. Right now, there's a cyclocross series here in Bentonville every Sunday, and I've been out there on my XC bike. It is such a fun time. I'm also still jumping on Zwift once a week just to keep the legs turning. Maybe one day I'll get back into racing more seriously, but right now I'm just focused on building bikes, making videos, and trying to get a little bit better every time I go out there and ride. Heck yeah, man. This is looking good, but I want to hear that Chris King buzz. Kind of quiet. It's not as loud as I thought it would be. Maybe it'll be better on the trail. But before we go ride, I want to see how much this thing weighs. 35.7 pounds. After all that, it's only a 0.8 pound loss. But hey, at least it's under 36 pounds, and I have Chris King hubs, I got more engagement, I got better, wider tires, and I got some super compliant bars. I'd call that a win. But let's go ride some enduro trails and see if I can feel a difference. Well, I am out here at Lake Leatherwood, and I forgot something. So I got everything loaded up in my car. I planned of everything, and I forgot my riding clothes. So I'm still in the same clothes as I was when I left. But I actually decided I was going to ride with the stock wheels and tires for the first couple laps to get warmed up, and then I can swap on the new stuff to see if I can really tell a difference, to see if carbon wheels are really worth it or not. But let's go do a little bit of warming up and see how it feels. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start on DH5. See how this feels. I'm also trying out a new action camera, but I can't tell you what it is yet. Unreleased. Lots of leaves right now because everything's changing colors and fall is here. A little too firm. Let me reduce that a little bit. All right, should be good to go. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy for various reasons. I don't want to mess up this giveaway bike though. I'm really surprised how stout this front end feels. And these bars are like a match made in heaven for this bike. Oh yeah. Wow, this bike is giving me so much confidence. Like it's trying to lure me in to ride it harder and faster. And it's just crazy how supportive this bike is. Whoa. I'm trying to tell myself take it easy, but the bike just wants it. I'm not sure how much better this bike can get with those carbon wheels though. I really don't see how a bike like this could feel any better. Nice. Back up to the top we go. And I'm still committed to treating this like an enduro bike that you climb rather than a park bike. And it's going well so far. My legs are burning a little bit. But then again, I am on the stock wheels and tires, so I'm gonna do another half lap here on a different trail Just kind of feel out this bike just a little bit more, and then I can head to the car and install the good stuff and see if I can notice a difference. All right, here we go. DH2. It's one of my favorites in the whole area. That's what I did all the training on in my downhill series. Wow, this bike corners well. Heck yeah, man. Nice. All right. Now let's head back to the car. Well, made it back to the car. Let's get these wheels installed. Man, these feel light, but they're only like 200 grams lighter than the stock ones. So far, this Yeti has been easy to get along with. I haven't touched the shock and just a small tweak to the fork, but these carbon wheels could change that. When I switched to carbon rims on the Santa Cruz Vala, I had to completely retune the suspension. Carbon wheels changes a bike's personality. It's not about numbers and lap times, it's about feel. And when you feel good, you ride good. All right, done. Let's go see how it rides. Oh yeah, I can hear the Chris King buzz already. And I know that aluminum and carbon rims are polarizing. So for whoever wins this bike, I mean, I'm willing to put the stock wheels back on or, you know, just the Maxxis tires back on. There's some wiggle room there, so don't worry. All right, let's go ride this thing. A little climb to the top to get to this hub. I'm not really feeling the wheels, the lightweight wheels just yet, but here's the real test. All right, starting with DH2. Get it. Oh yeah, it definitely feels a little faster, like it's rolling faster. The bike doesn't feel as planted now. It was very planted before, and I don't know if that's a suspension thing. Oh. Yes, dude. Oh. Oh. Nice. Trunk section. Oh. Yeah, this bike is poppy now, and that's how I like it. And I'm being pretty cautious because there's not a soul out here right now. Nice. So sick. Overall, I'm just more impressed with the Yeti as a whole. I mean, the bike has a really interesting feeling, really supportive in the mid-stroke. The carbon wheels, I'd have to do a little bit more testing to really feel how much of a gain it made. But even if it is like 1 to 5% better, a marginal gain is still a gain at the end of the day. So I'll take it, man.